It's just 3 weeks and 2 days to the kickoff of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Welcome to our daily countdown on Nigeria Superfans Forum. My name is Oluwafemi Ashalu, and today Sadio Mane has been speaking regarding preparation for the Mondial in the Middle East. And of course, we'll go to Ghana, where, of course, news from Ghana is revealing that Otuado will include maybe a few numbers of home-based players in his provisional squad before the final squad, at least. Of course, some players will get to maybe perhaps get a chance to play in the friendly against Switzerland. James Agberebi joins me in the studio to discuss this. James, you're welcome.
Thank you, Femi.
The World Cup is, I think we're beginning to feel the air now.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting closer and closer.
The air from the Middle East, very crazy.
Yeah, it's getting closer, and we can't wait for the World Cup to start. Though Nigeria is not there, but I mean the party must go on. And we just have to give our support to our African representative, and let's hope that they give us a good performance.
I think I need to also ask the producer. I have not received my ticket. No, I've not heard anything about my preparation. He's saying later about my ticket, my reservation for hotel and all that. Okay, James, let's get started. Sadio Mane is key for Senegal. There is no doubt about that. And we do not hope that he gets injured, because we know it's going to be a big miss for the Senegalese. And he's been talking about the World Cup, and he said France and Spain are favourites to win the World Cup. And he said Senegal is far behind them in such a way that the gap is so wide. But do you agree that with what Senegal has been able to do over time under Aliou Cisse, of course, won their first AFCON ever this year, and of course we've seen the progression under this in this team. Do you also agree with him that Spain and France are actually far ahead of Senegal?
When you talk about countries with pedigree at the World Cup, you're talking about Spain and France. These are former world champions. Spain, former world champion.
Of course,
France the reigning champion. So he knows what he's saying. Senegal, they have a good record at the World Cup. They got to the quarterfinals in their first appearance in 2002. And they're one of the teams we are looking up to do well at the World Cup. And for him to come out to say Senegal are far behind, I mean, he's saying what he's saying is the truth. Because when you compare Senegal and France to Spain, I mean, you see that gulf. I mean, it's very wide. While Senegal's best performance has been in the last four.
You said they are not favourite to win the World
Cup.
Yeah,
they are not favourites. To me, it's not as if I'm sounding maybe being pessimistic.
So, because you say African champions?
No African team will win this World Cup.
African champions, they are not favourite. One of the favourites to win.
No. They don't. James, I think they can
agree to this.
Yeah, you're just being realistic. I mean, the World Cup is a different ball game. The stage is not. I mean, for you to win the World Cup, like I said,
AFCON, right? You wanted to say it's not AFCON, right?
Yeah, it's not AFCON. AFCON is a different ball game. I mean, the World Cup is where you play the best, meet the best. I think Africa, we are not ready yet to win the World Cup. I mean, if you check out the teams who used to win the World Cup, you see that these are teams who have been, getting closer and closer, and But in the case of Africa, I mean, a team will do well this tournament. Next tournament, they will just fizzle out. It will just crash out, and the last World Cup, no African team made it out of the group stage. Senegal's best performance was way back to 2002, like I said. They didn't qualify till they now eventually made it to 2018, and they now made it again to this current World Cup that's coming up. So Sadio Mane is an experienced player. He knows what he's saying.
The second best player on the planet, right?
Yeah, now. I mean, so if such a player, I mean, he has faced many of these guys, so he knows everyone's level. So I believe Senegal they can come out from their group stage. The group stage that has Netherlands, 3 times World Cup finalists.
You took that out of my mouth.
Ecuador too. Typical South American team will give you a good game. Then the hosts, I mean, Qatar, so they have their World Cup, but I believe they can qualify from the group. But to win the World Cup, they are not part of the favourites.
Okay, James, like I said, you took the group thing out of my mouth, because you have Senegal, you have Qatar, you have Ecuador, and you have Netherlands. But let's quickly see what Mane said. He said, I don't see Senegal as a favorite because there are other nations very far ahead of Senegal, like France and Spain. He was quoted as saying to RMC Sport, he said, we will go there with no code and try to do what we have used to do. So in the group, do you think Senegal can maybe qualify? Ecuador, Netherlands, and Qatar.
Yeah, they can. They can.
Because I don't know, a lot of people seems to have written Qatar off, but in a couple of friendlies that I've seen, they are not pushovers at all.
Yeah.
I remember that they are the hosts, so they're going to have the support of the stadium massively behind them.
And again, the hosts, they might get some calls in their favor, you know, so we never can rule that out. No, yeah, I mean, when we watched the 2002 World Cup, South Korea, I mean, fine, they did well. They had a good coach, Gusiding, but there are some calls that went their way, you know, so you can't rule all this thing out, you know. So I believe Senegal can qualify from this group. I mean, it's they have what it takes. I mean, we've seen them play some interesting friendly games. They didn't lose any of their friendly games. So, like he said, I want to agree with him. Senegal is not part of the favorites to win this World Cup, but I believe they're going to do well in the group stage, and I see them getting out of the group.
Quarterfinals?
Yeah, they can get to the quarterfinal based on what we've seen. I mean, they'll be consistent. Among all the African teams going to the World Cup, they've been the most consistent, and I think I can tip them for the quarterfinal. But winning the World Cup, no. Okay.
Let's go to Ghana now. Out of folk young star, James Afriye Bane, there has been reports that he is in the 33 or 35 provisional list that Otuado submitted to FIFA last Friday. And there are also reports that there are also a few players playing in the local league that were included. But we know that eventually these guys will not be going to World Cup. But how much of a boost do you think that will be? Or do you even think you should maybe get to the World Cup with a few of them?
If Otuado comes up with his squad and he knows his first 11, those who kind of take part. I mean, if there is still room for all these other players from the league, I mean, why not? Why not take them? When Nigeria went to USA '94, we went to the World Cup with the late Tom Snodia, home-based player. You know, so sometimes you have to give these guys the opportunity to, you know, have a feel of the World Cup, and it also help the club size back home, because from what we gathered, if any player that plays in the local league gets to be part of the squad to the World Cup, there's a certain amount of money the club gets. I mean, you go a long way in helping the club. Fine, the player might not play, but you know that feeling of going to the World Cup, you know, how we feel. I mean, it will be part of that player for a very long time. You might not play, but in subsequent major tournament, I mean, the fact that you've been to the World Cup before, it will help you. You know, it's not just give all the slots to all the foreign-based players. And I mean, you go check out in the Ghanaian league, they are very exciting players. But it's so unfortunate now that the league is on hold. We'll not be able to have the opportunity to see these guys play week in, week out, so that they will be able. That might be another reason why they might not make the squad, because they've not been playing. So someone who has not been playing, you cannot judge their performance, and you don't want to risk including them. But I feel that would have been a very good avenue for them to be part of the squad, even though you're not going to play, but just have the feel of the World Cup. But as it is now, the league is on hold, and unfortunately, these guys, they might not make it to the World Cup. If at all anybody make the cut, I mean, that player, or maybe one or two of them, that would be that would be a very, very lucky break for them.
Okay, James, as we round up now, the report said that at least 70% of players who Otuado invited for the Brazil-Nicaragua friendly.
Yeah, they'll make the squad.
Yeah, on the squad. And apart from the usual suspect of
Thomas Partey,
Daniel Amate, Mama Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, Alexander Djiku, and the likes of them. So for Djiku, we still hope that maybe the diagnosis will be that he will not be missing the tournament. Yeah. But they say at least 70% of that squad will be in the under list game.
So it means the remaining 30% will be for the fringe players, and maybe the
who might eventually still get dropped.
Yes. You know, so like I said, hopefully some of these guys from the league will be able to, but they've not been playing, so that's another minus for them, because you want your key guys. You know, there are some kind of space, just leave for. Well, I just want these guys to, even though it's like 2 of them, at least let them.
Like Delima didn't play in the
He didn't
first
play
98,
at all. He was just 17.
yeah.
But I mean, you saw what he
Yeah.
later played in 98 and 2002. He won
When
it
he
for
won,
Brazil.
yeah. Finished at
2006.
top
I mean, so
yeah.
sometimes these players, they just need this experience to just have that feel that I was at the World Cup, and you know. So let's wait till the list comes out. At least we have an idea of the players who will make the list eventually, and then maybe the many slots. Maybe just give it out to, you know, the home-based guys who I believe will go a long way in helping them
Maybe
in their
some
career.
champ players, because of course.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because they did well. I mean, during the qualifiers. So why not give these guys
Nigeria.
why not give these guys the chance so that you're able to boost them? Yeah.
James, once again, thank you for coming on this
Always
show.
a pleasure for me.
And of course, please continue to watch out for our daily countdown to the World Cup. I tell you, by the next few days or 2 weeks' time, of course, we will have teams, of course, clubs around the world releasing players, and of course, national teams, they will be listing, if not their provisional squad, it will be the final squad to the tournament. So at that time, at least, of course, we will know where we are. Thank you for always being there for us, for Nigeria Superfans for us. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for staying with us. Until tomorrow, when we continue our daily countdown, I remain Olúwafẹ́mi Aṣáálú, but I hope that Senegal, at least at this tournament, will write the history of Africa. Bye for now.